Hey, all right, everybody. How's it going? Now then, my last few videos, been having some nice comments, some not nice comments, but in the not so nice comments, it seems that anti-EV people have become environmentalists. They've become worried about the green credentials of things, so they seem to be very, thinking about the environmental impact of electric cars. Now, the funny thing is, when electric cars went around, these people who didn't even know about EVs, didn't care about the environment. They didn't give a monkeys about the environment. They didn't care about what was green or not. They didn't care. They really didn't care. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Right, okay. So, anti-EVers. They keep commenting to me all the time about electric cars aren't green. It takes this much copper, it takes that much. Where were they when petrol and diesel cars were being made? When they said we shouldn't be putting copper in petrol and diesel cars? Or they go in, if a battery catches fire, it's toxic and terrible for the environment. Where were these people when diesel and petrol cars were catching fire? They weren't there. But now they're here, all of a sudden. So, my question is, what's happening? Anti-EVers seem to be more worried about the environment now. Well, I say worried about the environment. It's not worried about the environment. It's just a way to attack electric vehicles. But it comes across like they're really concerned. They're concerned about cobalt. Now, cobalt, for instance, right? They say little kids are mining cobalt. But where were these people before electric cars came out? Cobalt's been used for years and years. It has been used for years and years. It's used for desulfurization of oil to make petrol and diesel. Where were these people? I don't know. They didn't exist back then, did they? But now they're worried about little kids and slave labour. Now, I'm not trying to take the piss out of that. That is a serious matter. What I'm trying to take the piss out of is all of a sudden these anti-EV people who never cared about the environment all of a sudden are pretending like they care about the environment. Why? Because they hate EVs. They got to find a way, right? This is the mentality, right? And I think this is the mentality. They're driving around in their diesel car, tum-ty-tum. It might be an old diesel car. Usually the people who message me go, I've got a 20-year-old diesel car. I've only changed the timing belt once. And is lasted ages. I haven't done nothing else. It's 300,000 miles in it. Still on the same clutch. Yeah. Come off it. Anyway, so I always get them sorts of comments, right? From people like that. Now, it seems to me that there's a bit like they got some sort of inferior complex or something where they think people in electric cars... No, let me try and word this right now. They don't think people in electric cars are better than them, but they think the people in electric cars think they are better than other people. And that's just not true. It's not true. Calm down. Anti-EV haters, cool your boots, all right? Nobody gives a damn about you, right? They don't care. They're not going to... EV drivers are not going around all smug. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense, right? People are just buying cars. If people go and buy an electric car, right? They want to buy one. It's just what they want to buy. The same as if I wanted to buy a 65-inch 4K TV, I'm not doing it to be better than my neighbour. I'm doing it because I want to watch a 4K 65-inch TV. I'm not doing it to be smug. But for some reason, these anti-EV people, they got a bee in their bonnet about electric vehicles. They've become an environmentalist because they mention every little... Remember now, they don't mention any environmental impact from a diesel car or a petrol car. They don't mention that at all. They don't mention mining and drilling for oil. They don't mention all the oil leaks, the tanker leaks, the pipes that burst under the sea and cause no end of damage. They don't talk about all the fumes created by the tankers bringing the fuel in. None of that. It's all directed towards electric vehicles, right? Which is bananas. It's absolutely bananas. I thought I'd sit here and have a bit of a rant because the comments I'm getting are just, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but come on, make it. If you're going to complain about emissions from electric cars, complain about emissions from diesel cars as well, or petrol cars, or whatever, buses, ships, planes. Complain about all that. Why just complain about emissions from EVs? And people say to me, people in the comment section are going, you lot, you think an EV is green. But I don't think an EV is green. The making of cars is not green, okay? Right? I want to get this out to you. The making of anything isn't green, right? The idea of an electric car is to have less emissions at the end of his life. It's not to be totally green, because that's impossible. Because if you're making something, you're using energy and resources. So I know, but when people comment me, blah, 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 you do realise electric cars not green? Of course I do. Of course I do. I understand how the world works. I'm not a finally said. I stopped myself then. You can't use words like that anymore. Ooh, controversial. Anyway, I might beep that little bit out I was going to say then. Because I shouldn't say it. Anyway, stop myself. I'll get kicked off YouTube. So, I don't know what's... my brain's gone now. It's frazzled. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is that I understand that there's a carbon footprint with electric vehicles, right? But what you anti-EV people have got to understand is there's a carbon footprint with your petrol car or your diesel car. Everything's got a carbon footprint, right? But isn't it better to have a vehicle that has, at the end of his life, the emissions are less and it hasn't chucked exhaust fumes in everybody's lungs? Surely that's a little bit better? I think it is anyway. Anyway, I think that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, well, you probably didn't. But if you did enjoy it, subscribe, like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ho-hoi!